Okay, so let's look at how to create something like this. So we want this text to go around, but we want it to go in between these 2 points. Now, right now what I have is just the center point here. We are going to make one a little bit larger, so we're going to go and double click on the scale tool. We are going to go to, I don't know, let's do 150. Let's preview that. It should be good, and let's copy. So here we go. We have our space that's here. Now, I'm going to lock this so I don't select it. I also want to make a copy of this. So I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to lock this, and now I'm going to paste in place. Okay. So the reason we did that is because I want this circle to still stay there, and if I do a type on path, that outline disappears. So I am now going to take this with my type tool and say, you know what, I want it to go on the path. Let's get this text here. Okay, now that's too big. We're going to make that smaller. So I'm going to select all. We're going to make this smaller. Oops, that was bigger. Okay, so I'm going to left align it just so I can kind of get it to where I want it. I'm going to select this and say, you know what, this should be over here. See, so when I brought it in, it kind of did this weird thing, so I'm just going to have to maneuver these around. There we go. Right, so I know I want it centered, so I'm going to bring it to this point that's right here, and this point should be here because I want it centered all the way around, so that means I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller. There we go. But I hear you asking, how do I get it so it's off of this? If I just make it bigger, which I could do, sometimes that's not exactly what we want. Let's say some of this changes. So here's the trick, is I'm going to select all of this, and I'm just going to use my baseline shift, and I'm going to say go larger. Right, so it's using the same thing, it's just making it a little bit larger and shifts it off that path. So now here's what I have. And if I decide I want to make that bigger, right, I would just need to adjust this mark here, and let's move this one down here, and we're actually going to then take this and say center that around those 2 points, except you don't want to do this trick. There, center it around those 2 points, and let's make this now bigger. Right, we're going to adjust the kerning a little bit, and so that's the way to kind of get it around those two things. So again, it's that baseline shift that's really important. So that's down here, right? I can make it go closer to it. I can make it go further away. And that's what we're going to get to in the next one to create something like this.